my dear students of class 4. How are you all doing? I hope all of you are fine and you are safe at your home. Welcome you back in my geography classes. So today, what we will supposed to do? We will start with a new chapter. Before I start, let me ask you a question. Tell me the place where you live, which kind of landform exists in that place? Is it a hilly region or a plain region? I believe it will be a plain region, right? Because we are living in a plain land. The landform is plain. So today we will start with the chapter of the northern plains. Now let us know about the northern plains. We have already read about the Himalayas, the northern mountains. Now we have already learned about the northern mountains, that is the Himalayas. Now let us know about the northern plains. Now as we go to south from the Himalayas, where we reach? We reach to the vast northern plains. So we can say that the northern plains is located to the south of the Himalayas. So these are the Himalayas, and in the south of the Himalayas lies the northern plains. You can see this whole area is the northern plains. Now from where to where northern plains extend? The northern plains extend from Punjab in the west to Assam in the east. So Punjab in the west and Assam in the east. And this is the Himalayas. Now, what is the length? That is, how long is the northern plains? It is 2400 kilometer long and 240 to 320 kilometer wide. So how long is the northern plains? It is 2400 kilometer long and it is 240 to 320 kilometer wide. Now let us know about the formation of the northern plains and how the northern plains are formed. Now let us know about how the northern plains formed. Formation of northern plains. There are many rivers which originate where? It originates from the Himalayas and they comes to the plains. So we can say that the rivers which originate in the Himalayas, they also flows in the northern plains. Which are the rivers? The river Ganga, Indus, Satluj, Brahmaputra. Now, these rivers, when they comes down from the mountains to the plains, they carry sediments along their course. Now, these sediments are deposited where? On the banks of the river and in the surrounding areas. These deposited sediments are called alluvium or mixture of sand, silt and clay. Now this is fine soil. This is called fine soil, very fertile. It is also known as the alluvial soil. Now this deposited sediment, that is alluvium, they form the northern plains. So this deposited sediment, they form the northern plains. And now as we can see that in the northern plains, as it is formed with alluvium, that is fine soil, so these plains are very fertile, and as they are fertile, so they can be used for agriculture. Now Now here in the northern plains, the rivers that we can see, that means the rivers which are rising from the mountains, that is the Himalayas, and they are also flowing in the northern plains like Ganga, Indus, Satluj, Brahmaputra, they have water throughout the year. Now why do they have water throughout the year? Because they are fed by melting snow. That is why they have water throughout the year. Now the northern plains, as because it is what? It is a flat land. Plains means a flat land. So as it is a flat land, so we can say that most of the people lives where? In the northern plains. So we can say the northern plains are densely populated. Why? Because we can use this land for agriculture. Also, we can easily use this land for construction purposes, for construction of roads, for construction of buildings. Isn't it? Is it so easy to construct a house or a road in the hilly areas? It is not so easy, but in the plain, it is quite easy because you are getting a plain land. Just imagine that if you are going to a mountainous regions, how difficult it is to just climb up the terrain. But is it that difficult to just walk in the plain land? It is not. So that is why the northern plains are densely populated, because the land is plain, the land is fertile, it can be used for agriculture, it has rivers, and the water of the rivers can be used for agriculture, like settlements, houses, then industries, all can be easily constructed where? In the northern plains. So that is why the northern plains are called the densely populated regions. Now let us know about the tributaries and the river basins of the northern plains. Now let us know about tributaries and also let us know about the river basin. What is a river basin? Now you all can see this is a location of the northern plains as I have drawn it with a green color. So the rivers that also flows in the northern plains, they are joined by small rivers, right? So the main rivers, we can say, so this is my main river. This is the main river. Now this main river is joined by smaller rivers. What we call them? We call them as tributaries. We have already explained this term in chapter 1, that tributaries means the main river that joined by smaller rivers called tributaries. Now this is my main river and it is joined by several smaller rivers. We call this as the tributaries. Now we will see that this is a particular area which is drained by this river, the main river, and by the tributaries. So you can see this is a particular area which is drained by the main river and its tributaries. What we call to this area? We call this area as the river basin. So what is a river basin? An area drained by a river, that is the main river, and its tributaries is called a river basin or a basin. We can call it as a basin or a river basin. So I hope you can understand. Now just see, suppose this is river Ganga and these are the tributaries. So this is the area where river Ganga and its tributaries are draining, and so this is referred as a basin. So we can call it as a Ganga basin. Why? Because it is drained by the river Ganga. Suppose it is for Satluj, it will be called as a Satluj basin. So whichever river and its tributary will drain the specific area will refer as the basin of that river. Now let us see that the northern plains can be divided into how many river basins. Now the northern plains are divided into The northern plains can be divided into 3 river basins. What are those? Let us know. Number 1, Satluj Basin. Number 2, Ganga Basin. And number 3, Brahmaputra Basin. Now, here is the Satluj Basin. So, we can say that it is in the west. So, Satluj Basin in the west. Where is the Ganga Basin? The Ganga Basin is here in the middle. So, Ganga Basin in the middle. And here is the Brahmaputra. So, where is Brahmaputra? In the east. So, Brahmaputra in the east. So, the Satluj Basin is in the west, the Ganga Basin is in the middle, and the Brahmaputra Basin where? In the east. So, the northern plains can be divided into 3 river basins. Satluj Basin in the west, the Ganga Basin in the middle, and the Brahmaputra Basin in the east. So, in today's video, what we learned about the location of the northern plains, how the northern plains are formed, that is what is alluvium. We also learned that why do the rivers in the northern plains have water throughout the year, and we learned about the river basin, that the 3 river basins that the northern plains can be divided into: the Satluj Basin, the Ganga Basin, and the Brahmaputra Basin. I hope all of you understood what we have learned in today's video. So what you will do, you will follow the PDF which is provided in the description box. Follow the book, read your book, read in between the lines. If you like my video and my content, don't forget to hit the like button. If you have any problem or any suggestion, you can just comment in the comment box given below. If you're new to my channel, do subscribe to my channel and don't forget to hit the bell icon for the further notifications of my upcoming videos. Till then, stay safe and stay at your home. Thank you.